So I was on a beach. I think it was the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, although there isn't really a proper beach there, but that's where I was in my mind. And I went swimming into the water, which was significant because I used to be afraid of fish. And I was very confident and strong and swimming down into the water, and I could breathe, I guess, because I didn't need to. And as I was swimming deeper, there was a tunnel. And I swam down into the tunnel and kept going through it, so it was kind of that birthing canal thing. But when I came out, I was above ground on a hill, a very, very grassy hill. And I could see like a village below. And I started to walk towards it, and there were people there, and they resembled images that I've seen of Native American tribes, but the people were very big, twice the size of people I'm used to. And there was a whole ceremony of preparing me for something, and I remember eating and then thinking, oh God, you're not supposed to eat in the underworld, whatever that means. But I had this sort of fear that I had done something that was really bad or I was going to suffer from. And I ended up going to sleep, and there was like a bird animal that I was sleeping on or with. And the next morning when I woke up, I was being prepared to go on a journey and see what was in this land. And I got to fly on the back of this giant eagle and see there was what would have been our oceans was black and flat and still and unmoving. And what would have been mountains were ice and frozen. There was nothing that lived there. And then what would have been desert was so hot, there really wasn't anything there either, but there were really distinct, bold colors. And then we came down into like a wooded area, but it was as if everything here had been burnt. And there were animals, but they were all deformed in some way and moved with considerable effort in unusual patterns from what I'm used to seeing. And there was a unicorn, as they are. And I was to then kind of move on with this animal and learn about what I had seen or talk about it or ask questions. And so I kind of wondered what was this that I was seeing and why was I seeing this? And unicorn said, although nobody was speaking, it was just that knowledge that you get that suddenly you know things, that everything was as our world would become. It was kind of the pattern we were moving on. And things that had become extinct could live as they were on Earth in this world. But these other creatures were the creatures that were kind of dying. And it was kind of a horrific, scary idea that this is what I'm kind of going through. And I'm wondering why I'm learning this. What is this about? And I got the insight that I was supposed to, I couldn't save or do anything about all of it, but I could pick one small thing and focus on that. And that is something that I could help. And by doing that, there was potential for more life. And at some point then I was kind of brought out of it, but I guess what was profound was the idea, and it sounds cliche, that every individual has that power to do something amazing even if it seems small, and that those small little actions can have sort of a large ripple effect. And I became pregnant at a very young age and chose to have my son, and I think back about that, and it reminds me that maybe I already saved my thing, but I'm a performer, and I love to share stories because I feel like that's something I can keep doing that's healing as well.